So just over a year since the release of SKN, we discovered, unsurprisingly, that it has been leveraged very successfully by countless photographers who really focus on like swimwear or lingerie work or even just fashion work in general, etc., because of the toning function. And I want to review that again today because this is a perfect example of that. So I shot this in Hawaii a little while ago, and it was early morning, and the sun had broken, and it was really nice, and I enjoyed the hard light. And then the clouds rolled in, and it was a soft look, which also is fine. But what if you had a shot like this and there was a lot of like skin tone to deal with and you want to wake it up? You want to add some dimension to it, right? That is where SKN shines because, first of all, it has all the appropriate setups that it does for you. So you can, have everything, all the tools you need. You'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. And second of all, really, it all happens on your layers window, which is the NBP philosophy. You don't open up something third party. You don't have to, do something externally and come back and then commit to it or make it a smart object or things like that. It all happens here. Now, I did mention before, this is a late January now, 2025. Real quick, we have been playing around with the Photoshop beta. That now includes the different human selection, people selections, right? Hair, skin, eyes, face skin, body skin, arms, legs, all of that that we see in Camera Raw, we see it in Lightroom, we see it in Capture One, and the Photoshop Beta now has it, and it seems pretty cool. Time will tell, and we'll see how that evolves, and we'll adjust and update SKN as that happens. For now, a shot like this, it really shines in the first function is where SKN selects skin by letting Photoshop see a little bit better with its normal functions. So usually does a superb job of selecting skin, especially on something like commercial swimwear. So let's go ahead and run tone, which is really like the hallmark of SKN. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about and why. Okay, so it's run. Now a little eyeball button at the bottom of the panel will let us look at our mask. As you can see, it is supreme. That is a fantastic mask. And again, that's where SKN shines. Now, this toning function is really what gets me excited about SKN and what I use it for most of the time. I mean, running a quick pass of the cleanup function is really cool too. It can be very useful, a great way to start an edit perhaps. Sometimes it just knocks it out of the park by itself. That is a case-by-case situation, but the toning, oh my goodness. Let me explain what I'm talking about. So we have obviously some light shaping on her body and her skin tone, and it looks fun. But let's say we want more dimension, more life. Well, there's a couple things we can do. In the middle here, we have highlights, midtones, and shadows. This is not done with curves. This is not done with levels. This is not done with any type of exposure functions. This is done with an HSB replacement. Okay. We've gone over that before and what exactly that means. It is a series of pretty cool layer stacks here and some mathematically accurate extractions of luminosity masks. So we can do this appropriately. But the upshot, you don't need to worry about the tech if you don't want to, but the upshot is, for example, if I go to the midtones under brightness, if I take that down, we have this beautiful deepening of the skin tone. Because again, we're actually replacing the brightness level of everything that it finds selected on the skin right now, right? On top of that, I can take the saturation up and add a dimension of color, which you have to be very subtle about it because if you increase it quite a bit, as you can see, we're replacing all of that color, but it's good to happen in subtle ways. And we can shift the hue more yellow or more red of the actual skin color. And this is just a light coloring, a light toning to get something started, right? So let's see what we got. We went from this to this already. A bigger tan or deeper tan, I should say. Fantastic. That's a good start. Now let's shape it a little bit. So a couple options we have. We have the highlight intensity down here. Okay. So we have different ranges. This is luminosity ranges. So let me show you what I mean. If I increase that, you see how we get this cool highlight across our body. I can decrease the range of the highlight. I can increase the range of the highlight. Increase it some more, right? Choose exactly the range that I want. Now I'm going to turn it off for a minute because I want to show you something else. If I go to the actual highlights, remember I mentioned HSB replacement. If I reduce the brightness, the highlights go away. I'm not, like I said, I'm not running a curves or anything like that on the highlights. I am replacing them. Now I have a completely flat look. So then I can take the actual highlight increaser here and decide where I want the highlights to be. Now I have replaced the highlights effectively. Get rid of the existing ones and make my own. All within a click. Something like that. Okay, cool. Now I'm deepening the skin tone. So usually desaturation is a good rule of thumb. So just a little more muted there. I can shift the entire skin tone more towards perhaps a little bit of red. Okay, there we go. Wasn't responding for a second. Now it's just my computer. from there to there. See, we're creating a cool shape. Actually, it's a little bit too red. Let's just put that back up. Okay. Now we're getting started. It looks pretty cool. We can bring back some of those highlights that we don't have to get rid of them, but I was just showing you that we can neutralize the existing highlights or reduce them, right? Now let's go to our grading real quick because I want to add like a color toning. This one has kind of a normal skin tone of any kind of ethnicity or racial background. Keep that in mind. All these skin tones are not to be like, oh, these dark skin tone here must be for someone who's dark skin and these light ones are for someone who's light skin. No. These are just different skin tones that were extracted from real photos and they're applied on top of the skin tone to create a nice color wash, right? So sure, if you choose a darker one, you get a darker wash of that very, very warm tan. And if you choose a lighter one, you get a lighter wash. But play around with all of them. It's not supposed to be trying to match the skin tone. It's adding a wash of color. All right, so I'm going to choose that first one. Here's another detail control. I can control the saturation of the skin grade. Okay, the opacity is one thing, but I can control the saturation of it. Okay. On top of that, I have the desaturation slider here as well. Contrast is cool, and so is luminosity for final details. But I'm going to go back to the toning because we have linear contrast. Linear contrast just maximizes the darks and the lights, and I'm trying to add depth, right? So if I increase that, as you can see, it's really adding a lot of shaping. I'm going to max it out so you can see what it does. A lot of shaping, too much. That's all right. We'll take it down. Okay. Now we went from this to this. Not bad, not bad. Cool. And then let's go back to our grading here. Let's increase the luminosity a little bit. A little more opacity. Saturation of our midtones. I think I'll increase them a tick. Brightness is still good, but I'm going to go down just a little. Highlight intensity is still popping nice. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Okay, something like that. And again, a little desaturation. Actually, you know what? I like the overall look. Instead of desaturation, I'm going to take down the overall opacity. These are very, very powerful little functions to really dial in what you want from this to this. Okay. And again, you know, I always I personally scale myself back when I'm working on this. So I went from that to that. So I went from a overcast, light contrast look, and now I've added some life and some depth. And I can still keep playing with this until I add exactly the life and depth that I want. Something like that, maybe. No, I like the wider range. Yeah. Boom. And boom. See that? And what's cool is, like I said, it's on the layers window. So if I were to continue this process here and be like, oh, I'm going to put a selective color. Oh, I'm going to grade with some curves. Oh, I'm going to use CGP on top of it. Cool. So now I'm going to come and start doing a light grade here of some form and play around with it. Cool. It's awesome. All right. So now I'm grading with CGP on top. And I've got some other layers here that I can do things with, perhaps, you know, maybe I need them and I don't. But anytime I go back to SKN, I can modify everything still while I'm working on the image. So as I color grade, I may need to adjust. As I'm working here, I may need to adjust, and I don't have to open something third party. I don't have to set up all these complicated layers. That is what SKN does for you. And then when you're done, you can flatten it or whatever the case may be, or just flatten those layers, merge them if you need to. But look at the look we have here with SKN, adding life to the shot, right? I'm going to tone down the opacity just a little bit, adding life to the shot. And yeah, I put a couple extra layers here and they could be very useful, but then I slap TGP on top for a quick grade. But you can see the whole point is we're actively working on the layers window while we work forward. So we went from nice, simple, soft shot, good, clean edit. And now we have some life and some depth. Click, 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 HSB replace. That really is the power, and like I said, the hallmark of SKN. And we just can't clarify that enough. And every plan that we're talking about for the future of SKN, apart from what's going to happen with Photoshop allowing for people selections, that's the big thing that we're kind of monitoring and testing with to see how that's going to work for us. Beyond that, I want to really try to see how we can expand the toning function to the things that you guys want, right? Because I know that most portraiture that people do, and you know, for a living as a photographer, it's not going to be commercial swimwear. It's not going to be, you know, lingerie work unless you're a boudoir photographer. But there's a huge market for that nonetheless. So for face portraits and you know, cleaning up a face real quick and hair and all that, there's all kinds of cool AI tools and other methods that are awesome, and those are fantastic. But really, SKN has evolved in and of itself just by the customers using it to really be the skin toning tool for like I said, for commercial swimwear, for lingerie, boudoir, fashion, things of that nature. And this is a perfect example of that. Never mind its perfect mask. And of course, you know, you can always save This is a preset if you're working on a whole project. As you can see, I have a bunch of presets here over time, et cetera, et cetera. So just want to showcase that again. If you have any questions, let us know below. By the way, as of December 2024, we did a price drop on everything. Just trying to, stay attuned to what's going on in the industry. And it seems like that has helped. Customers are finding our tools more accessible, and we want to keep on that initiative. So any questions, leave a comment below.